Rideshares like Uber and Lyft are great for getting a ride when you don't have a car or if you've had a night out. But getting into a crash with your driver and you're in the back seat, there can be a lot of questions about who's responsible and what to do next. So we're joined right now by attorney Trey Harrell to help us know how to handle these situations. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Great to have you here. I know you want to respond to Rick in the earlier segment first.
God, he just, you talk about one thing about a Florida study that says there's arsenic in candy, and now he's got me suing all the candy companies. So
I'm just trying to get more candy.
He just, you guess what it is. But no, there's exposing food toxins. The Florida First Lady put out a study. It's worth a look, so go check it out.
All right, so that's what he's talking about. That's what he's talking about. We have to talk about Uber vouchers.
That's more important.
First. Okay, this is what everybody loves. The Trey Helps You Uber vouchers.
We've got one. We do one every time there's a home Stingrays game.
Yeah.
And so there's a home Stingrays game tonight.
Nice.
So there's an Uber voucher that you can go snag right now at Trey Helps You Uber right there.
Perfect.
.com. Even if you're not going to the game.
Okay.
You feel free to snag that voucher because it's all about giving people options to get home safe.
Yeah, and you're gonna have another one I heard next weekend, right?
For the big game. I'm not saying it. I'm not going to get anybody in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the S word that we're not allowed to say. So it's for the big game. But we'll have one open up next week? Next week.
Awesome. That's going to be come very in handy for a lot of people who are doing some big plans for the big game. Okay. Let's talk about what happens if you are in a rideshare and you do get into a crash. What happens?
It's not your typical auto accident. Because there's a different layer in play. Because the Uber driver, Uber itself has certain kind of coverages and whatnot. And a lot of times what tends to happen is on the police report, it doesn't necessarily say the person was driving for Uber, right? And how it's involved is kind of a status-driven situation. Is the coverages layer on different things, whether is the driver driving to pick you up? Is the driver have you in the car? Has the driver just dropped you off? It's kind of all these different things that come into play when an accident with an Uber is involved.
Yeah, so who provides the insurance coverage?
Yep, well, there's 3 different types of coverages you can go after in that situation. Uber's coverage itself, which is in a lot of cases $1 million, so that's a nice policy that you can use to protect you. The driver that sells policy or your own policy if you need underinsured or somebody just for some reason there wasn't coverage there. So it's a typical layered situation and you got to be really careful because following an Uber accident you got to do a little more than you would in a regular car accident. You got to make sure you document everything.
Totally.
You got to make sure you take a screenshot of what your ride was and whatnot, because Uber's not going to voluntarily give that information over because they don't want to pay on the claim.
Yeah. Okay. Any other mistakes we should avoid making when this does happen?
Yeah, I think not documenting is the biggest, right? I think it's a situation where the collision occurs. You make sure you're okay, right? And then pull your phone up and screenshot whatever was going on with Uber, and make sure you get out and take pictures if you can and whatnot. But it's not just the car you need pictures of. You need pictures of the Uber stuff as well.
What's the one thing you want people to remember if they get into an accident involving a rideshare?
Well, other than Trey Helps.
Other than Trey
Helps. Other than Trey Helps, clearly. We want them to remember that actively get advice. Even if it's a case that we can't handle or we're not going to handle, we'll tell you that straight up. But if you don't ask the question, you could get left in the dark. And the worst case scenario would be 2-3 months later down the road, you could have done a lot of stuff to protect yourself. And all you had to do was ask a simple question, and you didn't do it.
Yeah, well, it's so easy to ask Trey for help, of course, at Trey Helps on social media. We also have his website and phone number we're going to put up right there. Trey, I have to ask before we go, are you excited for snow? Oh, you can drink your mug.
I'm going to be the first person to drink out of the cup on stage.
I mean, we have to get, this is history right here. He's very thirsty.
Look at this. I feel
he's really part of the show.
There I am. I made it.
You got to be on the credits now.
But I'm very excited for snow. My kids are pumped. I think my kids are more pumped that they may get to miss school on Monday.
Ooh.
Yeah, my wife's not pumped about that.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure. Do they like to build snowmen? They like to sled?
Well, last year we had the blizzard.
Yeah.
Right.
The blizzard.
The blizzard. I mean, for us Charleston folks, born and raised here, like that was a blizzard.
An inch is like
we had so much fun. Built snowmen, pulled people behind the golf cart, all that good stuff. So if there's snow, follow Trey Helps on social media at Trey Helps, because you'll see some very entertaining pics of my kids.
Yeah, and be safe driving out there.
Oh, be safe. Just try not to drive. Try not to go anywhere if you don't have to.
Yeah, please don't. Trey, have fun this weekend.
You too.
Thank
Be
you so
safe.
much for being here, guys. Don't forget about the Uber voucher as well. You can go
Cheers.
get that at TreyHelpsYouUber.com both tonight and next weekend. All right. Well, we are tossing it over to Matt right now. We want to know about the weather. Trey is wondering, will the kids have school?